Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back, YouTube fam. I hope you've been having a wonderful and marvelous day. I'm just showing y'all a little teaser of my first stuffed cookie that I made. But this video is not about that. So let's get into it. So here I'm just going to start off by showing you the groceries that I got. Pretty much everything that you see or that I'm showing you right now, everything came from Aldi. Now there was a couple of things that I already had on hand that I used. There was a few things that I want to say I got maybe 1 or 2 items from Walmart, but most of the shopping trip was all brought to you by Aldi USA. Not sponsored, but unless Aldi, if you listening and you want to sponsor a girl, we here. Like for example, the kale, the Hawaiian rolls, the peppers. Actually no, I'm sorry. Those actually were all from Aldi as well. But this is just quick snapshots of everything. The Kobe cheese as well. The macaroons. Y'all see that? Those are macaroons, not macarons, you guys. And the 2 frozen pie crusts. My butter I got from Kroger, as well as the wheat pasta. Now this frozen pasta dish here, it was so delicious. I got this from Aldi as well. This was something I just needed to throw in the skillet to put together for us because I was about to be cooking for a day and a half. And it was delish. Now, when I'm preparing for Thanksgiving and Christmas, I always like to make my desserts first so they can be cooled and set and ready to go out the way. These are some pumpkin spice muffins that I actually bought so we could have as part of our breakfast items. Here I was just showing you a few more items that I had got for us in regards to the holiday. Now here we're getting into this sweet potato pie. Funny enough, I didn't even use this honey. I did use my vanilla. Mexican vanilla is great. And I learned that the lemon extract actually gives your pie, if you ain't never used it in your sweet potato pie, use it. You can use lemon extract or even fresh lemon juice. Self-raised flour, only about 2 tablespoons of that. And look, y'all, these things were so dang on good. We really only need 1 amongst the 3 of us, but it didn't go to waste. So I was showing you all the measurements of what I use for the sweet potato pie, but I mean, if you really want to know, just let me know. I will try to list it all in the description box because I am behind on recording for you guys. So mostly everybody got a sweet potato pie mixture, but if you don't, I would love to show you one. I can show you this video on how to make a good sweet potato pie in itself. That wheat pasta you saw that I used, this time around I used it for our mac and cheese al dente, okay, because you're gonna bake it longer. And here are all the ingredients that I use in the mac and cheese mixture. Yes, the paprika's really for a little bit of color on top, not inside. You best to butter that dish. You better butter that dish. Now, this Gouda, I've never used Gouda before in my mac and cheese.
Always best.
I love me some Gouda. Like, we all
shred your own cheese,
especially for our scrambled eggs.
It melts down easier, and it's more fresh. So you get more creaminess that you want in your cheese. Okay. So you can do shredded, you can do cube cheese already pre-done. It's just there's an extra film on it, I learned. This is a large bowl of cheese, y'all. And don't worry about this little chunk. Then it melt down if I don't eat it now. My daughter definitely wants to eat up the cheese. Nom nom nom. Oh my goodness, I don't even know if they recorded. Making my little roux. 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of butter. And top it off with more cheese to bake. And then sprinkle it with the paprika and parsley when it comes out. And don't forget to add a few pieces of extra butter for baking. All right, heat up that cast iron, get it hot for these lamb loins. Yes, lamb loins. Never bought these before. I've only used lamb chops, but they actually were very delicious. Make sure you season both sides. Salt and pepper. I actually used a little bit of onion powder and garlic powder as well because I use the same things on my salmon. Not salmon, y'all. You do not pronounce the L. Salmon, okay? It's pronounced salmon. I seared the salmon on top as well, but then I cooked the rest of it on the skin. Oh, it turns out so delish. Some rosemary leaves for added flavor. Alright, so I added some just some sweet and tangy barbecue sauce to the salmon. It's done. I just want to add it on there on top, and you need to bake all the way through because there's so much flavor in it. It's gonna settle. And then for the lamb, I am literally gonna cook this down just a little bit in the microwave. I'm just put some in there in the microwave, and then I'm just gonna drizzle it over there. That's all. To keep it simple, but because there's so much flavor in here, I don't want to take away from the flavor in there and then make it extra sweet. Everything don't need to be sweet, okay? Savory, y'all. But this is great because it is sweet and savory too. This is awesome. There, I added the reduced onion chutney. My goodness gracious. Woo. And there's the salmon. See? You can definitely put the barbecue sauce on afterwards. It's almost like it's been barbecued in. And remember to always cook your salmon on the skin. It makes it stay more juicy. Okay? I've been doing it for years. Cooking on the skin, y'all. Yum, yum. Okay, so because this year I'm not making my dressing from scratch, I'm going to use 2 boxes of the turkey stuffing mix, okay? And on the box it says 1.5 cups of water, 1/4 stick or half a stick of butter. So basically 1 stick of butter, okay? In this pot, you see I got my peppers. The peppers are already, they have
already been cooked a bit. So what we're gonna do now is just turn the pot back on because I decided I'm gonna use this pot. I was gonna use it for something else. Get them a little hot. I don't want them to get too soft because I want that crunchiness in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a stick of butter. Bam. Now I've never done this with this box recipe before. Usually if I buy the box stuff and I do it as is. But what I'm going to do is, I'm telling y'all because I'm not about to record this whole entire thing. I'm just going to let you know what I'm doing and then show a bit so this whole collage of videos is not too long. Anyways, I'm only going to use that butter, 2 cups of water. Like half the portion of it because I have 2 cans of this, but which is basically like 20 ounces. Okay, a cup of water is 8 ounces, half is 12. So you know what? Actually, let me reduce this down. I don't want it to be soggy. Dressing is really nice, but I don't want it to be soggy. And the great thing of it is, if it's not creamy enough, like if it's too, I don't want it to be watery. How about that? So what we're gonna do is, you guys, look at that. Okay, you can see it. 1/3 cup. Okay, 1 stick of butter. Peppers, that's about a pepper and a half, 1 whole bell peppers. The butter is starting to melt, it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect because I want all of this stuff to get hot on its own. So I'm gonna turn the heat up, reduce all of this down a little bit, and then I'm gonna add the stuffing mixtures in. And then I'm gonna come back. Now I'm using cream of chicken because that's literally what was there. I mean, it's just really for extra moisture and some added flavor, which, I mean, the stuffing boxes don't need too much more sodium, okay? But either way, it's good. I really like to use cream of celery, cream of onion, okay, when you're making the dressing. But to have a little bits of pieces of chicken in there, it's not going to be that bad. Want to add some onion seasoning to this, you could do that, but again, we're not making it from scratch, but I'm using the box version to give me that feel. Okay, I'm used to having dressing, okay, not stuffing. So we're gonna get this cooked down to where then we'll just add that stuffing mixture in here, okay? And hopefully it'll give us that feel of what we're going for. I believe it will. Okay, so I took one of the cans because they were still, even though I'm using the rubber spatula, I wanted to get more of that mixture out. I'm just adding a little pepper in here. You know, black folks, we always add an extra. I don't want to add nothing with salt, okay? Again, I don't want to add anything with salt. But I'm adding some pepper, I'm adding a little onion powder, okay? My staples, okay? My staples are black pepper, onion powder, and a little garlic powder, okay? Those are my staples. What are yours? And just a tinge, okay? Just a tinge. Just a tinge. But once it gets hot enough, then I'm gonna add this box in here. Okay, y'all. So it's boiling. I'm gonna throw them in there. Now, y'all know this mixture, this stuff works right away. It's boiling. Turn the heat all the way down to low. We're just gonna stir. That's why I'm glad I used the big pot. Stir, stir, stir. It's about to be nice and creamy. And you know what? I've never made these stuffing boxes with the cream of chicken before, but my goodness, it's looking like dressing, y'all. Okay, it's looking like real dressing up in here. Ooh, now dressing has a softer texture. It's not crunchy. Because it's dressing. But oh my God, my mouth is watering. It smells amazing. Ooh, yeah.
then having the crunch of the peppers, the slight crunch of the peppers, okay? You want to cook all the vitamins out of it. But look, that's it. That's it. Fast. Now you can throw this, because I cooked it up. You know, most dressing, you bake it. You put it in the oven so you can bake it down. I have my little pan over here. Because sometimes you want it to have that crispiness of it. But the dressing is usually not complete, not done. Whew. I think I am, though. I'm about to butter this glass pan over here. And this is just a little 8 by 11, okay? Just to give me that baker's feel. Because, again, we're trying to do a throw. We're doing a quick version of dressing. I wonder what my aunt would say about this right now. What my auntie would say. I'm going to have it show her afterwards. So here it is, y'all. I put it in this pan. I buttered it down though, and I'm going to bake it uncovered. Since it's already done, I'm just going to bake it uncovered at 400 degrees for about 15-20 minutes. Just so it can get a little bit crispy. I'm making these markings. So it has, you know. But that's what dressing is. And this was a quick way. I actually may do this every year now. Unless anybody watches this video in my family and then I make it for people, ain't nobody gonna know. Cause this is fire. I'm telling y'all already. It's about saving time and being with your family. Okay, I literally just threw these in the pot. Just some water, a little vinegar, because it's kale. And kale cooks down. It's the pre-washed bag from Kroger. Kale is great veg. I'm going to use my staple seasonings again when it cooks down more. Just want to get it hot and let it simmer. I'm thinking about throwing some cranberries in here. I'm just not sure. And y'all know I have bought this jar of honey and I have yet to use it. I thought I was going to use it in my sweet potato pie, but I was like, I'm not changing up my pies. I don't mind changing up my mac and cheese or whatnot, but I'm not changing up my desserts. So, yeah. Maybe I'll put a little of that honey in here just to fight back the tartness of the kale. And then add a couple cranberries in. I only have a few cranberries here, that's why I'm saying that. So we'll see. Kale. Kale is what's on the menu today. This is good. This is good. Okay, now for my sweet potatoes, usually I would peel them, cut them up, cook them down in the pot, and add the stuff. This time I'm working backwards. I boiled them, okay, because I was tired yesterday. So now I'm about to peel off the skins, and they are soft, but they're still firm, okay? So they're good enough to go back into the pot. I'm gonna add a little water, probably about a cup worth of water, because this is 3 pounds of potatoes. This is enough to make 2 more sweet potato pies, but we ain't doing that. So I'm gonna put this on low, because I'm adding some brown sugar, some white sugar, little nutmeg, some cinnamon, you know, and of course a whole stick of butter to get this going. Okay, so I just put 4 cups of water in this pot. I just wanted to share that. And because the potatoes were boiled down, like I said last night, they're boiled down. I mean, look, I can break these apart, but they're still very firm. But that's fine. We're just gonna get this hot. Oops, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm just supposed to be taking these out. You know what? No. Let me go ahead and just put these back in this pot. This way they can get a little softer. I don't need them to be too perfectly cut. I'm just going to go ahead and peel this all off, y'all, okay? This is just to make the sweet potatoes for dinner, okay? Not candy yams, you know, just the good old sweet potatoes that you would usually buy like in a can, but homemade, okay? And you can control your sugars this way. Sweet potatoes are already sweet enough. And this way, because I have 3 pounds of them, I think I'm gonna use like a whole cup of dark brown sugar, and then about 1 cup of regular sugar. And then once it starts to boil, add that butter in there, simmer it through. Be just as great, you guys. Yep. I'll be back. Okay, so, y'all, I'm sorry. So, really, this would be great as mashed sweet potatoes. I thought about doing that, and maybe that's why I was breaking this up like this too. Because you can do it 2 ways. Obviously, it's best. Sweet potatoes don't take that long to cook, especially when you're boiling them. So it's better to do this when they're raw. But that's okay, because they're still going to get the whole boiled, cut up sweet potato vibe to them. I turned the heat back up to high so it can get hotter faster. And then I'm just going to take this butter and put it in there. Okay? Break everything up. Get everything in there. Okay? And then put my sugars on. Okay, so here we go. I'm heaping half a cup of sugar. Okay. And be best now to add in the seasonings. But once it starts to boil, I mean seriously, it's going to be enough. Nutmeg. But yeah, cinnamon, nutmeg. It's great. It's a sweet side. And again, I said I'm going to use dark brown sugar instead of regular brown sugar for these sweet potatoes. For these kind. Okay. Let me use another half cup for the heaping, not packed. Okay. It's a lot of sweetness. And like I said, we can eat sweet potatoes as is. You don't always need to put too much sugar. But since this is 3 pounds worth, that's less sugar than I use for my sweet potato pies. I'm just going to do 1 more half cup. So basically a whole cup of regular sugar and a half a cup of dark brown sugar. Okay? And because I don't want them too mashed, I'm just going to press it just a little bit. Okay? Because this stuff is going to cook down and be so amazing. I'm sure y'all can probably hear my TV in the background. But it's just fun. I'm going to cover it to bring it to a boil. And then I'm going to let it simmer for about a good hour. Sweet. Now we're moving on to one of our last products, which is the instant gravy. Whether you use chicken gravy, turkey gravy, beef gravy, we use turkey gravy up in here. Very delicious for every packet. You want to have 1 cup of cold water. I had 2 packets, so that's 2 cups of cold water. Then turn on that heat and stir. Be always stirring it in until it thickens. I like mine like extra thick. This gravy is great on dressing. It's great on your meats, and that's really what I used it on. Was the dressing that I made. I love putting on that because we didn't have turkey this year for Thanksgiving. The lamb and the salmon was perfect. Not sure if we're gonna do it for Christmas. We'll see.